Are we ready?
Oh,
We are.
Sure,
Yes.
you betcha.
Welcome to the John Podman Peck cast. I think is what we settled on. But seriously, John Peckman Podcast, Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance, beautiful downtown Portland, Connecticut. Come over the bridge, go 1 through Satellites and pull a Yui, park in the street in front of the music store with the red neon light. I think that covers it. That covers everything.
That covers all that I know. That's how I got here.
See what I'm...
I went over the bridge.
I don't
did
know.
a
How,
Yui.
now
went
you're making
through-
me wonder how I got here.
You went through 1 through Setter Lights.
Yeah,
That's what he
exactly.
said.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
went through
yeah.
front with.
That's
True
how
sense,
we
yeah.
work on the
Uh,
Podman Petcast.
Like and subscribe. Tell your friends if you have any. I always wondered what it was like. Come be on the podcast with me. Have your own podcast here in our beautiful studio. Clearly, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. We are here today. I don't think we've had this many people at one time before.
Really?
This is an event.
Wow.
We are here with an ensemble, a group, a bunch of folks called Mad Agnes. They're all here, all of them. We have Adrian Jones over here.
Hiya.
We have Mark Saunders over here.
That's me.
Margot Hennebach over here.
Hello.
Yeah. And since they're married, they're on one camera.
We get to sit together.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Like-
it's just the way we could figure it out. Sorry.
But you didn't
Sorry.
ask who was sleeping with who.
But we'll get to that.
That's a
We only have
different
an hour.
podcast.
This
All
is
right.
only
Three
an
of
hour.
us,
So.
what can I say? The three of us make a great couple.
Yeah, hey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what they say.
Yeah, yeah.
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 So Mad Agnes, I don't know how we do this. Do we do individual short thumbnail histories of life and then how they converge, or why don't we do this? Tell us what you're doing now of note. They all sing, they all play.
We do.
Yeah, they all sing, and then you guys, who plays what? It's all different. Everybody's a little different.
I currently play guitar and ukulele,
Okay,
and I flail on a few other things, not worth mentioning.
sure.
Used to play bass, but haven't done that in a while.
Oh,
Right. In the old incarnation, we all played bass. I play left-handed, so I played upside down and backwards because
Sure.
we only wanted to bring one.
Right,
But
that's right.
no bass in it right now, so I'm just playing guitar and mandolin.
okay.
And Margot?
I play piano and keyboard and
Sure.
melodica and guitar.
Right. Yeah. So it's
So-
always, you never know. You never know until the song starts.
You-
Who's gonna play
Hopefully
what.
we know.
yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
As long
Yeah.
as you know. Yeah. It's all good. You've been together how long? A long time.
Oh, yeah.
As Mad Agnes since 2001.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Adrian and Margot have known each other for 40 years
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
and go back to bands.
Oh, wow.
So this is their
Third band.
third
band.
band together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of, I didn't realize that.
Lots of history.
Yeah. Because I know you two,
Mm-hmm.
and so I would assume that, but no, actually it was you two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got brought into the fold.
Hey, well, that's
Yeah.
all right.
We adopted him.
Yes.
Nice. How's it working out? Is it okay?
It's okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. For being in a girl band, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that's all right.
You know.
I've been in girl bands before.
Yeah, the subject matter changes a lot,
Yeah, that's okay.
but you know it's good.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
The subject matter changes a lot.
the subject matter. Yeah, well, you know,
stuff
it's
we
just
sing
you know
about?
it's very different in a girl band than it is.
It
you,
is?
You don't realize it because you've always been in girl bands.
I thought you said septic matter, so I'm not even. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. but
can't
yeah.
speak to that.
Can't either. No.
Don't speak to that. That's funny. So how did Mad Agnes come together? Start there. You know?
Well, once upon a time, Margot and I were in another trio called Mad Woman in the Attic
Oh, okay.
for a few years, and then we were apart for a while, and those guys were a duo for
Okay.
a while.
Yeah.
At which point, that's when we first got to know you, John.
Right. Right.
So I don't know if we should put that in now or should
You
we
can,
just,
yeah.
you know, we'll come back to that. We'll pick up
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah, because
but
I remember when you were just Margot.
yes,
That's when I
First,
got
there was
involved.
Margot.
Right.
Then
Right.
there was Margot and some other people here and there. Then there was Margot and Mark.
yes.
And then I came back,
Then
Yeah.
they said,
and
"Oh,
there
hey,
was
what
Mad
about her?"
Agnes.
Right.
And that's as good an explanation as any.
Yeah.
really.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
When Mad Agnes happened, then Margot was no more.
Well,
Kinda, in a way.
in a
Well.
way, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I
She
agree
wasn't
with that.
by
right.
herself
Yes.
anymore. We constantly followed her around. So You know,
It's
we
just
all,
because I carried their books.
Right.
we've all lost our individual identities in this band.
We
There
forget
is-
who we are.
That's
Yeah, it
fine.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
And people get Margot and me confused.
Really?
Yeah, they think we're related or that I'm Margot. Someone actually looked at one of my solo albums with a picture of me on it on the table and asked Margot if she would sign it,
Oh boy.
her album.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's
We have
okay.
a very
And
discerning
then you signed
audience.
it horribly. You're like drop dead.
She signed it
Well,
with Mark's name.
Right.
right.
right. Oh boy.
Between us, we have one brain.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. That's cool. What made you think? Like, who had the bright idea? Because you were like, you guys had a history, and then you're like, hey,
I
wait
think
a
it
minute.
was Mark.
It was Mark.
Oh, really?
So, so the two of them were in this other trio, Mad Woman in the Attic. It,
Okay.
it disbanded, and Margot and I were playing as a duo. And then I just said, you know, you and Adrian have such a history, and you guys complement each other in the songwriting that you do,
Yeah.
and so you should get back together. And it was originally going to be a trio of 3 women again, because Mad Woman in the Attic was 3 women.
Oh, that was going to be my other question.
And so they auditioned a couple other people, and then we had booked some gigs. Margot had booked some gigs coming up, and so I figured I'd learn some
Just to
parts
fill in,
to fill
you
in
know.
for the
Right.
thing, and I've been filling in ever since.
That's cool.
That's what happened.
Hey, it happens like that.
Yeah. We just decided. You know, what's the beauty of it all is that instead of 3 schedules of 3 individual artists, there's only 2.
Right.
Because we get to sit
That
at the
helps.
same side of the table.
Right,
you know,
right.
'cause,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they're conjoined. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's clear from the camera angle.
you
but
see that?
The rare, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So that's how that
You
happened.
guys are doing stuff. So you were not for a while. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
We,
Well,
Right?
we took a break. We toured heavily for about 10 years.
right.
Yeah.
Up till
And then
2011.
2011, at which point I in particular was very burned out on the traveling, not on the playing and the music necessarily, but I just needed to settle down.
Yeah.
So I bought a house and went full time with my job and got a cat and eventually got married and, had a little farm. And time went by and just about all of that except my job and my cat fell apart.
Oh,
And then just before COVID, we decided to just sing a little bit together again.
It was
Right.
it was actually we were approached by venues that wanted to hear us again, and one venue got in touch and made us an offer, and we said let's do it. So
Yeah.
we got in touch with Adrian and talked about that, and then
Cool.
started had
Yeah.
the idea of
started
"Well, it's
slowly.
time."
Like I put my toe in the water and said, "Well, that's okay," and then put my foot in and said, "Well, that feels pretty good. Water feels pretty warm."
hey.
And so we got all revved up, and then COVID happened.
Oh,
so
boy.
we took
Yeah.
another break.
Right.
We rehearsed with masks for a year or two,
Wow.
Yeah.
but we kept going.
Yeah.
And now,
Well, we kept writing during
and
that
we kept
time.
writing, and now we have this brand new album that has just come out.
It
Right?
just came out this month.
Hey, you know what I'm
last
saying?
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're on it.
I know. I was going to say, I hear that the drums and percussion
The
are
drums,
exceptional.
they are.
amazing.
We
you
turned
know,
them up in the mix
Yeah, oh,
because
yeah.
they were so good.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Louder than the singing, I
Yeah.
hope, right? Or whatever. No.
No, you'd be surprised. So, John, you feel like you're a part of our band because just so if the listeners don't know, I went back and I looked up. So Margot and I, when we played as a duo,
Sure.
that was the first album, Big Love,
I remember that.
and you played.
If
we were
was there a
introduced-
song about Prince on there?
There
There's a
was,
song,
If I
yeah,
Were Prince.
yeah,
Yeah.
Prince, and we were introduced by our good friend Jim Chapdelaine, who
Yep.
brought you in, and another bass player, and whatever. So we were recording in that way, and then since then, there's been, you know how many songs you played on of ours?
No.
You want to guess?
37.
31.
Oh, really?
31 songs,
Yeah.
John. You have played percussion. So you feel like this is just a band.
You're part of the band now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
really.
appreciate it.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
No, I'm
really,
into it.
You
I'm
know,
into it.
it is amazing.
I've been in a couple of different laundry rooms.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a
There was-
laundry room
Yep.
down there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We're kicking
am
each
I
other.
am I making noise?
You're making squeaky noises.
Oh.
with
Oh,
your
I am.
chairs,
Oh,
you're
I got
bouncing
my
your
leg
foot.
going. Sorry, I had coffee.
Yeah,
I
it
I
happens.
was going to try to stop you from doing that without actually saying anything out loud, so it would be
There's
very
no
smooth
secrets
and
here.
invisible.
Yeah.
But
On the
to
John
have
Padman podcast or whatever I am.
No
There's no
secrets.
secrets.
the
Yeah.
John Padman podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I found that amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
really. And we keep having you back because of your sensibility and
Yeah.
you're just an amazing player, John.
Yeah.
I have to say. If no
Indeed.
one's heard this man play,
Hey,
go out
Then
and
buy
find
our
him.
album.
gee, thanks. Yeah, right.
Immediately,
If
and
you
you'll hear
haven't,
it a lot.
Yeah.
buy the album. No, I always appreciate it because it's, I never know. You
Yeah.
never know what it's going to be,
No, you don't.
which is cool. I mean,
Well-
I like that.
And one of the things that I love about the way that you approach it too is you always need lyrics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
Which is it's not common for a drummer to say. That's one of the first things I remember you saying. Okay, well, send me the song, but I need the lyrics.
yeah. Well,
So
it's not about me, but yeah. If the song's about a gentle flower, you don't want to play drums loud. Like, you need to know, like, kind of what am I doing, and then also just it helps to use that to make notes too, so I could see the whole song, like what the form is. And
Well, we know that.
we know that.
but
Right, right,
apparently not everybody.
Other
does.
drummers
I like
may not
words.
know that.
Well, and I
So-
like words. I like to understand what the thing is about.
Exactly.
Why not?
That's what makes part of this whole experience unique,
Hey.
I think. You
Well,
know?
I appreciate it.
yeah.
I like my thing is, again, it's not about me, but I try to, especially with a project like you guys, like I bring stuff, but I bring nothing. I don't bring. I just go, well, what is it? What is it? What does it need? What does it say? What is it? Then everybody pitches in and we go. Whereas if I show up going, oh man, I'm going to be so cool and I'm going to do this thing, it's like then you're trying to fit something into. So bring nothing.
Bring nothing
That's what I say. Bring nothing.
and leave with nothing.
Leave with nothing.
And we get it all.
Yeah, right. That's fine. That's fine. So new album.
Yeah.
We did that over the summer, right?
We
Yeah.
did. Well, it was actually
Something like that.
Yeah, was it that long ago?
It might have been.
I remember, when we recorded you, it was over the summer, near the end of summer. We didn't actually release it until, again, February 1 was the drop for it.
And it's
So,
called.
Likely Story.
That's right. Yeah.
And our fans got it in December.
Hey,
Everyone who pre-ordered.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pays to be a fan.
yeah, it does.
You know, that's a cool thing. No, I always like the stuff. I'm a fan. I was a fan.
You have
after,
been.
after a while. Yeah. Well, at first you're, oh yeah, it's cool. And, oh, hey, this is cool. It's nice. So I appreciate being a part of it.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks.
Of course. Of course.
Of course, I didn't write any of it, but
You didn't?
no, I mean,
Really?
I,
You're not-
I contribute.
All right, so let's
musically,
So
but-
all right. So how would you describe it? Does anybody do the? It's kind of like. All right, as a fan, I will say it's that thing between you two, kind of. It's like, oh, it's all about her. Oh no, it's all about her. And then you're like, oh, I get it. This is one of those scenarios where you can't have Lennon. I'm not saying you're like Lennon, but you can't have Lennon without McCartney. You got to have the whole thing, and it just makes the whole thing. That's
a
what I dig
general
about
rule is if Margot is fronting a song, she probably wrote it. If
Sure.
I'm fronting a song, I probably wrote it. But there are places where things intersect.
Yeah,
And as far as the arrangements and stuff, we pretty much do that together.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And more recently, we've had a couple of forays into writing songs together,
Hey.
being commissioned to do that.
hey, that's cool.
So that's a really interesting and kind of new process for us too.
Nice. So someone will say, like, how does one commission a Mad Agnes?
Well, the first one we did was for the Frick Museum in
Pittsburgh.
We were asked to write a song based on their American folk art exhibit.
Okay.
So we had them send us pictures of a lot of the things in the exhibit, a lot of paintings and sculptures and different things.
And we also got to see some lectures and talk to people.
Yes,
It was very
yes,
You kinda
yeah.
get the vibe or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we chose like 4 or 5 of these pictures or objects and wove a story with as much information as we could find out about the subjects of the paintings or whatever. And sometimes it wasn't much, but we got some very interesting bits and we wove it all together into this world where all of these people were there together with
Yeah.
bringing their stories to the new world
Yeah.
and meeting in this tavern and telling their stories to each other. And
Yeah.
and that became a lovely song and a really nice video that we did for them.
That's cool.
yeah.
And that's something you all wrote together. You're saying that's an
Yes.
Yep.
example of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mark wrote a verse for that
I did
too.
get a verse in with Adrian's help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got the bones of it, and then Adrian fleshed it out, and
Cool.
yeah. So
And then it was amazing to go to the museum and actually see these works of art
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
right.
person.
Yeah.
So it was a great experience.
it was.
And so now we're writing a song or two
Mm-hmm.
for this island that we've been commissioned to, kind of write something about.
Oh, yeah?
this island. Yeah.
Hey, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dewey's
Dewey's?
Island.
Off of Charleston.
Dewees, Dewey's Island. It's a
It's an island off South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Charleston.
Yeah.
So
and-
the island calls you up and goes, hey,
yeah, the island
write a
called
song
us
about us.
Please.
and said, "Hey, there's some folks living on me that would like a song
Right.
about me."
Right. Sure.
And we went there and spent several days, and we went out one day and we harvested oysters and clams and mussels. We actually went out and with our muddy gloved hands found these things and brought them back and we ate them. It
And
was a
lived to-
life-changing
and
experience
lived to
for me.
tell.
yes,
Yeah.
and lived to
Yeah.
tell.
Wow.
No one fell in the slippery mud.
No,
You know.
no.
Yeah. So that's an exciting life, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know.
that sounds exciting to me. People eat stuff all the time and don't write about it. So that's pretty
Well, but it
cool.
was like free.
Yeah.
Like we went out in 20-degree weather.
Yeah, right.
It was
And,
cold down there.
It was
It
pretty
was.
cold that week.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was just recently, but it was that cold snap that just came through.
Oh, wow.
So we thought
Yeah.
we were going down to nice warm weather, and it got below freezing. Pipes froze down
Whoa.
there and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
The week before and after were 65 degrees.
Yeah,
And when we
yeah.
were there, it was below zero. I mean,
Oh, well.
before, below, like in the
Yeah.
20s.
Crazy.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So hey.
I guess that's bring nothing, right? You go thinking that you're going to write a song about.
Yeah, I wish I'd brought a sweater.
Yeah, right. The song's
yeah,
called.
right.
Yeah, we wrote a song about Weiss Island. It's called "I Wish I Brought a Sweater." Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So what's next? Who knows? How does one find? How do they find out about you and say, "I want you to write a song about"?
Wow.
Our
That's
nets are
kind of wild.
our nets are always cast
Gotcha.
for different kinds of projects.
That's cool.
But there's
Well,
our
it is-
website.
Yes.
www.madagnes.com.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come
sir.
to a show. We're going to be playing in, where are we playing? Willimantic?
Oh,
Are you going me to pull up
stores,
dates?
The
I don't know.
packing house.
Stores.
and
The Packing
stores.
Horse and
Yeah, we
stuff.
can link.
House,
We'll
yeah.
link to.
We'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you're hitting it again. You're back out.
We're hitting it again.
Yeah.
We're trying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. It's a different world out there since COVID.
Seems a
and
little harder.
Some of our
Is
rooms
it?
have closed.
Yeah.
And that's just the nature of what's
Yeah.
going on these days.
Sure.
But yeah, it's great to get out and play.
Did you feel like when you you said why you kind of put the brakes on a little bit. You're starting to kind of maybe burn out a little bit on the
Yeah, it was
traveling.
my fault.
Okay, so it was your fault. Okay, there.
much
It
me.
There, we
was
said it.
totally. It was totally.
Well,
her
it was all
fault.
Adrian.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, no secrets here. It was my fault. It was
Yeah.
her fault.
Yeah.
When you got back at it, did you have a lot of the same? Because I would imagine there was still a demand when you ended, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. I mean, you didn't run it into the ground, and then you
No.
left on a high.
As a matter of fact, it was a little misleading. What, Margaret?
Well, what happened was I had written a couple songs and we wanted Adrian to sing on them, and it was going to be my album.
Oh,
But
That's
then,
right.
but then,
That's right. Yeah, I
but then
forgot
you
about that.
sang on
I,
it, and
I
it,
came to their house and I put down some tracks, and
it was a mad.
we just
It,
said,
it
"Oh,
was
this
You're like,
sounds
hey, this
Mad
sounds
Agnes
like
to
Mad
me."
Agnes.
this is
Yeah.
Mad Agnes.
Yeah.
So and then Adrian started writing too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
well, here's a
Yeah.
crazy question then. How would you all describe Mad Agnes music?
oy vey.
Yeah,
right?
It's a problem.
Right, right. I don't really expect an answer. I just how do you know?
Well, you know
is
what?
it?
We've been working on this. We've been working on this kind of description and our branding and
Yeah, yeah.
defining ourselves because by this time we pretty much should be able to do that, right?
Mhm.
We're,
One
we've
would
only
think.
been
Yeah.
doing this for 25 years. sophisticated harmonies.
Definitely.
It's a little bit outside folk music, but it's
Right.
definitely indie singer-songwriter music.
Personal songs that are universal. They
Sure.
somehow reach people
Yeah.
and
Yep.
tell their stories, not just
Yeah.
ours.
And
And-
and the album title,
Likely
a s-
Story.
Likely Story, an eclectic collection of songs for the soul, is the
Yeah.
Sure.
underneath thing. So that kind of does it too, describing
Yeah.
what we're about. Yeah.
It's about our connection with our music, with each other, and with our audience.
We have such a long history together, obviously. You know, Margot and I met in 1984.
Wow.
So we're
We know too much about each other.
we're
Oh,
yeah.
boy. Yeah.
We've been friends for so long, and I think we bring that ease and that love and
Yeah.
companionship to the stage,
Yeah.
and just kind of invite the audience to take part in that.
Hey,
So-
that's cool.
And we've reinvented ourselves in this current iteration.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to be very big on stage, piano,
Lots and lots
keyboard,
more instruments.
lots of instruments.
Okay.
The bass being passed around.
Well,
Yeah.
also meaning that everything was plugged in individually. Like you normally see a setup where everyone has their own microphone.
Yep.
We're all plugged in instrumentally, and it's across the stage.
Four
it's a big,
stations.
big show.
You know,
Yeah.
now it's a single mic, like Nashville style.
Oh, cool.
And
Hey, that's cool.
We made a little keyboard for Margot that's portable enough that she can move it into position, and
Oh, wow.
and that one microphone picks up the
Everything.
guitars, the
Hey, that's
voices,
cool.
Yeah.
the whatever, and it changed. I mean, there are problems with it
Yeah.
in some ways as
Sure.
far as balancing things, but it really brought us together
Yeah.
just in the way that we perform,
Right.
You know, that we're just right there
Right.
with each other. That
Totally.
it's just a very different feeling of
Yeah.
what's going on.
And
up
we're
there.
like puppies. We kind of move around a little bit. And,
Yeah.
and there's this sense
Yeah.
that we have each other's back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
really fun.
How did you arrive at that? Just say, hey, let's do
Yeah, it was me.
the
I think
one
we
mic
got-
thing.
Yeah,
That's
it
really
was-
cool.
You know,
though.
Mark has been our main roadie, engineer, sound person,
Yeah, yeah.
organizational logistics person.
Yep.
And there was just so much equipment.
You know, when
in
we're
the first
supplying our own
iteration.
PA on
Yeah,
smaller
yeah,
things,
yeah.
you know, we're bringing
just
all
got-
the mic stands and the snaking and the whatever, and
Sure.
I'm running
Yeah.
sound. I had a soundboard to my
Sure.
left, and so I'm one ear
Yeah,
is
yeah.
listening to what's coming through the monitors, and hopefully the monitor is the same sound as that. Blah 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 blah.
Yep.
So yeah, so in this iteration, I'm a big fan of Chris Thiele. He's the
okay.
the mandolin player. He's but just the whole bluegrass thing in general.
Right.
And
One mic.
one mic, and I
Yeah,
thought,
yeah,
you know, that could really be cool.
Yeah.
So we started experimenting with it and
That
found
is cool.
that there's aspects of. So even if we go back to a larger performance, I'm going to have one microphone set up over on another part of the stage,
Right.
and I've seen other people do that we've gone out to see. They have a full who is it? Mary Tuttle. Molly Tuttle. We just saw her play, and they have that kind of setup where everything's plugged in individually, but then they had a separate mic brought out, and they did
Yeah.
their last couple songs in that style.
That's pretty cool. And then that way you guys can all just hear each other naturally as
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Right.
That's the way. Yeah. That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I remember I saw, listen to bluegrass, old timey bluegrass music, and there's a lot of like odd times sometimes, like added beats, and I never understood it. And then I remember I saw a band one time that was doing that with one mic, and I'm like, oh, they're just vamping so that the solo guy steps up. Because I'm thinking, what's the
Yeah.
formula? Like, why is there a measure of 6? And I'm like, they're just waiting. And then when the guy gets up there, they're on the 1, and I'm like, oh.
Well, that could
It's
be
one mic,
That
you know?
I mean,
Anyway,
I don't want to take away from your experience.
no,
but
no,
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
anything can happen.
Yeah.
That's
The
cool.
thing is, you're right beside each other, and you see what is happening, so you get a better sense.
Right.
Of, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the way it should be,
But we have a lot more eye contact with each other
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
way.
for better or worse.
Yeah.
You know,
The other thing that's different about this iteration that we didn't used to do is that we do more vocal improv. Sometimes
Oh.
we stick it in the middle of a song, or sometimes we'll just do an improv form with the audience or just
yeah, right.
just ourselves.
Mhm.
So that's a really fun aspect that we're enjoying now.
Yeah, right. It's probably just then and there,
Yeah,
never
Just
to be
then and
repeated.
there. Yeah.
that's right.
That's kind of cool. That's cool. So it's different. Mach 2, Part 2, whatever.
Yeah,
Mad
it's
Agnes
different.
reboot or whatever.
Yeah. Somebody that saw us beforehand, and then this time they just feel like it's more of an intimate experience.
Yeah.
The same material on some level, except for the new material, but the same idea. But just it's very odd for me to play without all my tricks. You know, the reverb
really?
and tremolo and different things that would be on my guitar. To make a nice sound,
your electric guitar,
and
too.
my electric guitar,
Yeah.
which I'm not playing.
Wow.
So it's acoustic guitar, or acoustic mandolin. We don't even have reverb on the system.
Hey, that's
so it's
kinda cool,
very
huh?
it's a little bit like playing with your pants down.
Well, we've all
I
done.
would.
We've all
It's
done
never
that.
like playing with your pants down.
Oh, it's
It's
never.
not.
Okay.
We always
So
are
it's-
dressed in.
So it's
Okay.
Yeah,
never.
I don't want to give them the wrong idea. Mark.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So it's somewhere between sometimes playing with your pants down and never. It's
Never.
somewhere.
in there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
fine.
I forgot what I was going to say because it was superseded by another thought that you could have said playing without a net.
Oh.
But you went to the pants thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
You
I'm a
always
guy.
go-
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Sometimes we're a little nostalgic for the bigger setup because there are songs we cannot render anymore
Oh,
Yeah.
because we just don't have the tools.
you just got to write new
But
ones. Gotta
that's
write
why you got CDs.
right?
Yeah.
So when you made this album,
Yeah.
was it already was it all right? So when you make an album, are you thinking about the performance?
This album we made, and now we're trying to recreate how we're going.
So this
to
one mic
exactly-
concept is after this album, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they're depending on the
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
I mean, there's
but-
one song that we won't be able to ever play
Right.
live.
No,
That's
we
true.
can play.
Because-
You're talking
No,
about
no,
Ghosted?
okay.
Yeah.
We'll play it. We could play it without the piano part, or without
Oh,
the amazing.
This is I'm excited about this.
Why
This is
not?
the first I've heard
You
of
should
this.
try.
Why not?
Well, we've been singing to the studio tracks at gigs this one song
Okay.
to give people an idea of how cool the CD sounds.
Sure.
And the
But,
reason
uh,
is because Matt did
You know
Champlain.
Matt D. Champlain?
Yeah.
Ray D. Champlain?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Maybe you don't.
oh.
So anyway, Matt is just a stellar
Stride piano.
ragtime stride piano
Oh, cool.
player.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And all around other player too, Oscar Peterson, all this stuff. But he's very young. Anyway, we got him to come in and play a stride piano part on one of these songs.
Oh, cool.
And so
Sounds awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, it's amazing.
And you know it. It's the one Ghosted.
Oh yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that with the stride piano?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
him playing. So
Oh wow. Okay, cool.
going out and playing that, we found the best way to give the crowd a feeling or an audition of what the album might hold for them, because we were hiring other people to come in,
Sure.
is to just
Play
sing,
the tracks and
play
sing
it to
to
the
them.
tracks, yeah.
Right.
So we've
And
done
then
that
have a
before for it.
hologram of a
Have-
stride piano player.
There you go.
Appear. Yeah.
But that way we could do our little choreography,
Yeah.
and little finger
Right.
snaps,
Yeah.
It's kind of
unencumbered by instruments.
But
Right.
I think we should do it though without.
Yeah, maybe.
We
Yeah.
should explore that.
I'm
But
all for
yeah,
it.
And there are 3 songs on the album that we haven't played publicly yet
right.
because we haven't kind of thought that through yet.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
But we're doing that now.
yeah.
Right.
As
Like
we
now.
speak.
Yeah,
yes,
like
we're
now.
thinking- Yeah.
We're working it out right now.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Mhm.
Who wants to talk briefly how they got into music, how it all started? Where did you grow up? You want to go first?
Sure.
Sure.
So I'm a Jersey girl,
Okay.
although I was born in New York. I was born in Queens,
Okay.
but grew up in New Jersey, and there was a piano in the house. Oh, I love it when there's a piano in the house.
Sure.
So my sister was playing, and then I started playing everything she was playing, and then she stopped playing, and I started getting lessons, and it was great. So played a lot of piano, sang with a lot of groups, started writing songs in high school, then went to Oberlin for a piano major.
Oh, all right.
And then I got a master's degree in music therapy.
This sounds
So-
like it's
Oh,
it's
I
got a
know.
sound
in
I,
like
and
I,
out.
I
yeah.
know. I'm trying to figure
Jim,
it out.
what is that about?
Trying to figure it out on the fly. I know there's something ducking.
So then I worked as a music therapist for a long time, but I was still writing songs a little bit. And then,
Here.
oh,
Yeah, maybe. I'm sorry.
over here.
That's right.
Chase it.
Okay, now I'm Mark.
All right.
I'm in your mic.
Okay.
And started writing songs, started doing work for the Fast Folk group of people and backing up people like Sean Colvin and Richard Schindel and Rod McDonald, that kind of scene. And actually before that, I had met Adrian, and we were in our first band with Paul Kovic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically, it was his band, and Adrian and I were on either side of him, and we'd giggle a lot.
Oh boy.
Well, he was a great front guy.
He was,
Great. He
and
was
very
just-
funny.
Yeah.
And he believed in us, and he got us
Yeah.
going. So
That's cool.
we're always grateful to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So then I just kept going and just kept playing, and yeah.
No.
When did guitar start?
I don't know.
Just somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'm not a great guitarist, you know.
But,
So.
but you can cover something if it needs to.
Yeah, and I love alternate tunings and that. You know, you can get away a lot with alternate tunings.
Sure.
You know.
You do great things with rhythm on the with rhythms and yeah, on the guitar though.
Well, Mark's our real guitarist.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that to another real guitarist. But,
Well, you do
But,
play it, you know, left-handed.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm a Manchester kid when I was in high school, but grew up mostly in Connecticut, and I was in the bar scene when Jim Chapdelaine was playing around, and when
Right.
the after hours, you know, the extra
Sure.
hour in Hartford, and you didn't, if you were in a
Sure.
room, if you had a room with no music, no one came in. You know, on a Monday night, you could go to Mad Murphy's and see live music or something. So I was a part of that scene, and then got out of it altogether and came back in through the folk world.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Why not?
And yeah, we were a friend of mine and I were running a show in Colchester, a cable access TV show called Euphonious Mode.
Okay.
And we were inviting people to come in and play local musicians, and Mad Woman in the Attic
Ah.
came in, and so that's when I
You're
met
like, hey.
Margot and Adrian that day, and so I actually have a video of the first day that I met my
Whoa.
wife, which is
Hey.
amazing, right?
That's nice.
So yeah, and then I just I did kind of glom on a bit, like, hey, don't you need a little guitar on this? Because, you know, she played guitar, but she played keyboard, but the other person didn't play any instrument at all, really much, a little guitar. But
Well, you showed up to a
And-
gig and you played Winter Snows.
oh, I
You
had learned
came
one
up-
of your songs and said, this is a really nice second guitar part
Yeah.
for your thing, you know, because I was working it. But
Sure.
So he made himself indispensable,
yeah.
Hey, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he was
Tried.
kind of adorable.
Oh,
Who, me?
that must have been a long time ago.
It was.
Okay.
No, it was. Believe
That
me.
was too easy.
It was a
Maybe.
long time ago in a lot of other ways, too, but yes.
Well,
Yes.
sorry.
So Adrian, you're up.
Oh.
Hey. You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
I was born in Georgia,
Oh.
in Savannah.
Okay.
My dad was in the military, so we had I had an upbringing that involved moving a lot every year or two for a long time. I remember when I was 6-ish, and we always rented a house, you know, because
Sure.
moving. There was an upright piano in the basement, and my mother could play a little piano, and I was
Okay.
fascinated with that piano.
Yeah.
And kind of too little for lessons and stuff. So my friend and I would play Rocket Ship on the piano instead, where we would make the sounds of a rocket ship
Sure.
blasting off.
Why not?
Yeah. And that was the extent of my piano playing for most of my life.
Oh boy.
But
Do you guys ever bust out Rocket Ship? You could do that.
I've never
tune?
played Rocket
I
Ship
haven't
for
heard
them.
Rocket
Add
Ship
it.
from her.
Add it to the
Tomorrow we'll do
Something
that.
we didn't know about you, Adrian.
I know. I just now thought of it.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to sing. I always wanted to act, but I was a shy kid, and I was always the new kid in school, etc. So I never really did any of those things until high school,
Okay.
when we became civilians, and I went to this awesome big high school in Lexington, Massachusetts,
Oh.
that was loaded with musical talent from all over. So I got to sing in the madrigal choir, I got to sing in the concert choir and the chorus, and I learned to read music a little bit. And after high school, I pursued theater for some years until I landed serendipitously in New York City in late 1982, where I took up the guitar because suddenly there was no one around me to play the piano if I wanted to sing a song.
Right.
So I said, guitar is something I think I could do, and immediately started writing songs.
Oh, hey, that's cool. Did you ever wrote before, or was you
No.
started writing on guitar?
I just kind of knew that I was going to get a guitar and I was going to write songs, period.
Cool.
So it was maybe a year after that, or a year and a half, I'd gotten my my chops under me a little bit, and I put an ad in the Village Voice public notice music column,
Sure.
looking for other people to write songs with.
Yeah.
And I had discovered Celtic folk music at that time.
Nice.
So I said Celtic folk and related, also original work, welcome. Margot was one of the people who answered that ad.
Wow.
And Paul Covett was another person who answered that ad. And we ended up getting together and being Idle Rumors, who was our first band.
Okay.
So that was a real adventure. I mean, it was so exciting, especially
It
for
was.
us because we were so new at it, and Paul had already played Speakeasy, and he was in the scene already. So it was just thrilling. It was thrilling.
That's exciting.
So there was Idle Rumors for a few years. I left the city because I wanted to see trees and
Sure.
things
Sure.
and grass. And we came back together as Mad Woman in the Attic about 10 years later,
Yeah.
92 to 94, 95.
Yeah.
And just in between, just still writing and doing stuff.
Cool.
And then a lot of trauma in my life. Around 1996, 97, I ran away and joined the theater again and came back a year later, toured a little bit on my own, liked it, but it was kind of lonely. So when the opportunity came up to go and sing with Margot and Mark again, I said, this
Right.
seems like a really good idea.
And there it is.
Let's just do it.
And she
And
did
see
that
what
until she got
happens.
sick of us and then left
Right.
to go homestead.
Right. So, So I
Wow.
had my normal life for
Yeah,
a while.
sure.
Got that out of my system. Rested.
sure.
Got nice and rested for
Yeah.
like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then here we are again.
Here we are. Yeah.
And
back in
it's just kind of better than ever. And it feels, in a way, it feels a lot better because we're not young and trying to climb the ladder of success.
Right.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now we're doing it because we really love it.
And there's nothing's left but the music, in
Yeah.
a way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like there's a lot left more than the music, but that's what it's easier to just
but that's
land
what
on that.
that's what
Yeah.
brings it. That's
Yes.
what makes it happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is the desire to make the music
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
because we got this thing going,
Right.
right?
But then we made this album, and now it's like, we have to get gigs.
Oh boy.
We have to get gigs now. Oh yeah, we love the music, but we need to play it somewhere. So
Yeah,
let's
True.
work it now
Yeah.
for some more time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's coming.
It's
Getting
coming.
there.
Oh
Get-
yeah, it's
getting
getting
there.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're putting a few things in there, and we're
You'll hit maybe a happy
Yeah.
medium. Like you won't have to go
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah. Well, in our previous incarnation, we did 4 tours in England. So,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
one for 6 weeks.
Wow.
So that's maybe where part of the burnout happened for Adrian. It was like,
Maybe.
you know,
Oh, boy.
English beds. I tell you,
Oh really?
bad,
Yeah.
bad news. Old,
Yeah.
you know, they're as old as
Original
the
beds.
stone house
I've
that,
never
Yeah.
been.
that they're in. You know.
My self care needs.
That's what did it, really?
Yeah.
my self care needs on the road are legion.
Yeah.
So
Really?
packing
Yeah.
is just a problem.
Oh.
Well, you know what? Mark and I always get in like the big room, and Adrian gets the.
I would get
The
like
kids'
the,
room.
Oh,
bed,
and you get
the
the
upper
bunk
bunk
bed.
bed of the
right, and
5-year-old.
you're like, I don't care
Or-
what historic figure died here. I need a
Yeah.
comfortable bed.
But it's like, but it's a really comfortable couch.
Yeah.
You'll be
Oh.
fine.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, really? It only deflates once during the night. You know.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So.
we don't often find ourselves. We never find ourselves in those situations anymore.
No, we put our foot down.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kinda
We
had-
demand.
Yeah. Well, you know, there were many years there where we would all be in the same room.
That's right. You're out in the hotel
yeah,
room.
Share
and
one
you just,
hotel
yeah.
room.
Yeah.
The Motel 6.
Yeah.
And we graduated from that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thankfully.
there was one
Oh, boy.
motel room where we were all in the same room, and my bed was in a little sort of alcove at the edge of the room where the air conditioner was, and I could literally
Yeah.
have my hands and feet on 3 walls
Nice.
at the same time, and
Yeah.
the air conditioner was just right here.
Yeah, that's real good for your voice too.
Yeah.
To have the air conditioner blowing directly on
I think that
all
was
through
the
the night is really good for. That's what I hear. That's good for you.
that was the place where I asked the person who, like the receptionist, I said, "Is there a pool?"
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
And she just laughed at you.
yeah.
There was
They're
no
like, what do you
pool.
think this
So
is, America?
homophobic.
No, we don't have a pool. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a seedy place, and
oh boy.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
anyway.
Anyway.
But
good
it was
times,
fun.
Good times.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's always fun looking back.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we have a
Yeah,
lot.
when you're in the alcove, it's not a lot of fun.
not as
going
much
on.
fun then. No.
Songs from the alcove.
Songs from the alcove.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a foot on each wall or whatever. Come
Yeah.
up with it. Three
Wow.
wall. Yeah, something. It's got to be something like that.
Oh, we'll write that with you. Sure.
Yeah, there you go. The
Yeah.
first true collaboration. There it is.
Oh, we do collaborate on road haiku and limericks in the
Oh.
car.
Yeah, sure.
Lots of limericks.
Sure.
Yeah.
You got to do that while you're driving.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
something. You
I
gotta
went
do
through a
something.
limerick phase myself.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I can't. There's none of them I can. Obviously, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
There's not one of them I can't even say one word.
Hmm.
But yeah, limericks are fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's killer. Limerick album.
Limerick album.
You guys got it. That's got someday.
It's just that most of our limericks are scatological.
Of
and
course.
they're
Yeah.
not really fit
Yeah.
for, putting out into the
That's
public.
what they have parental guide stickers for. Just put a sticker on there. You're safe. You're good. Or whatever.
And
Yeah.
very random. I write haikus, and very randomly, a DJ in Adelaide, Australia, has chosen two of them to say on the air. He's
Really?
not playing our music; it's a music program, but he's playing.
Right. You're sitting
But
there.
he's, but he's reciting my haikus.
yeah, I made 5 albums
Yeah.
and I have one
Wow.
haiku. But, yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're listening, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
It's just bizarre.
Yeah, I guess you never know.
You never know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's the one who wrote that one haiku. Meanwhile, you're like, yeah. Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Well,
Oh,
we have a new angle though. We're trying to engage more in social media
Oh.
because we never used to do that, and
Sure.
we're just kind of learning about it now, and
Sure.
we're still not very good at it.
No.
At remembering.
It's
to
all,
do it.
once you're on
But-
this show, though, you're not going to have anything to worry about anymore.
It's boom right off. It's
Yeah,
a rocket ship.
But
Dude.
here's the thing.
I literally have dozens of people watch this. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I recently posted a reel on Facebook, a little video
Sure.
of me singing to a possum. My sister is a rehabber,
Okay.
and she had this possum for a while
Sure.
that was unreleasable. It was very tame. It was going to an educational center to be what they call an educational ambassador.
Oh, wow.
So they can teach people about possums, which are awesome animals.
Okay.
So I'm holding this possum, and I just made up on the spot this possum song, and my sister happened to video it, and I posted it, and it's gotten like 16,000 views.
Right. Yeah.
So
And everything else gets like.
100.
Yeah, meanwhile. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like 13 views.
Yeah.
So we have actually, they came over to my house last night, and we sang a couple of our songs a cappella to this other possum who is there.
We're
And
taking advantage any way we can.
Yeah, right.
I know.
yeah.
You
Do you want
gotta
to see a
have gimmick.
possum?
Yeah, I'll
Right,
be the
yeah.
opossum lady. That's
Right.
fine. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So expect to see that pretty soon.
Yeah.
On your Facebook and your TikTok.
That's
and your
fine.
Instagram.
And
Yeah.
please like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
right.
Share.
Just, yeah.
Mad Agnes sings to possums.
Well, you
Yeah.
never know. That could be your thing.
It
That
could
could
be.
be
See?
a thing.
Singing
Or at
to
least just a
different-
foot in the door,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a paw.
A paw in the
a
door.
paw in the door.
Sing to different animals. That'll be your
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Songs
Yeah.
they just hand you. All right.
Animals.
Yes, they just
Yeah.
hand us something.
And you do an improv vocal thing
Yeah.
about.
For the animal.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah, we just made
Yeah.
that. We
Wow.
just made that.
Thank you.
Wow. And
Dude,
just
I'm
How
kidding.
much do we owe you for
We
Yeah,
that?
spent thousands for our PR people, and we could have just come and asked
Yeah.
John what to do.
Yeah, someone
Yeah.
just hands you a turtle. Here.
Yeah.
You know, and you gotta, yeah.
Can we use your rabbit?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. See,
Yeah. Yeah, he's a character.
he has an amazing rabbit, Adrian.
Yeah.
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 Well, I guess he's amazing. I don't know. He's a character, that's for sure. We're getting close. So
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to do. If you want to do something, do you want to? I have
I don't
wrap up
know.
questions, but because we're times 3,
Hmm.
I might start with the wrap up questions. But I mean, is there anything that you? I know it's hard because there's a bunch of us here, but anything that I didn't touch on that you want to talk about?
Wow.
you know?
And then there was silence.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. How do you
Evidently-
get Mad Agnes to be quiet?
Evidently not,
Yeah,
right?
You know, like they say, how do
Yeah.
you get a guitar player to stop playing?
Yeah, give him music.
Put music in front of them.
You
Yeah,
betcha.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give him sheet music. Do you want to play something from?
Yeah, we should play something from
You
the
want
album.
to try that?
Sure.
We
Let's
could
do a
we
track.
could
All right.
try
See
it.
if
What do
that
you want to
works.
play?
We're trying a new thing. We're going to play a song or part of a song from their excuse me, from their album. It has fantastic drums on it. I hope.
Yeah, we
Pick
have
the
to do
one.
something with you on it.
That's, no, you don't have to.
Oh, I
I'm
know
kidding.
it. I
I'm
know it.
kidding.
I know what I'm gonna because this one, yeah. So this one, John, you're on, and this is
Okay.
you're playing Udu, and you're playing all kinds of
Oh.
fun things on here. So think about what this would when you hear the song. Think about how much it wouldn't thrill you without the
It-
percussion.
You don't have to say all
Basically,
that.
it would
land.
suck
It's-
without.
But you don't have to say all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But that's
here's
fine.
the Nothing You Can Do.
By Adrian Jones.
Hey now.
The prednisone zone is the place you go when the headache's bad and the sleep has flown and there is no feeling more alone, you know. On the other side, there's an open gate with some unearned strength you will pay for later, and you need to rest, but the pred still says go. Can you sit with that? There's no need to talk back. Focus on the bird and the wind you heard, and do nothing, do nothing, do nothing right, do nothing right now. So the headache's better, but the world hurts still, and the ache is steady, and there ain't no pill. And how long can we steer this broken bow? Did we work this hard just to wash up here on the gray sandbar of our greatest fear, where it's already gone and there's nothing we can do now? Can you sit with that? There's no need to talk back. Focus on the bird and the wind you heard, and do nothing, do nothing, do nothing right, do nothing. Rest as revolution. It's a crazy non-solution. It's the nothing you can do wherever you are. So I stop the news and I turn off screens, 'cause it gives me blues and I wanna scream inside. But when I open my mouth, I just weep. And I stay in my room 'cause it's safe in here and the air is sweet, and I think I hear a song of hope coming in from down the street. Can I sit with that? There's no need to talk back. Focus on the bird and the wind you heard, and do nothing, do nothing, do nothing right, do nothing. Can you sit with that? There's no need to talk back. Focus on the bird and the wings you heard, and do nothing, do nothing, do nothing right, do nothing right now. Maybe you had to get sick to learn this a simple trick. Do nothing. Sometimes do nothing at all.
Lovely. There you go.
Lovely.
Mad Agnes, Adrian Jones.
Mark Saunders.
Yeah, Mark Saunders.
Margot
Margot
Henneberg.
Margaret Hinnebeck.
There they are.
Yeah.
Vocals. Beautiful. Beautiful vocals. Everything. Wait, what was in there? Like a melodica or something.
The melodica.
Right?
Yeah, melodica.
Yeah.
A piano is in
Piano.
there.
Yeah.
A high-strung guitar. So you're familiar with those? The ones
Yeah.
that are, high-strung guitars in there, and regular guitar, and mandolin, and
And some
bass.
awesome percussion.
And
Some
awesome
awesome.
And an
percussion.
udu.
God.
that just
Udu.
heals my heart.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
before I read the words, I came in
Yeah,
with
the
the crowd, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it
Wow.
go. Let it go.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, great. It's great stuff. Well, you heard it. I don't know if you heard it here first, folks, but that's the kind of thing they get up to.
That's what we get up
Yeah.
to.
The Mad Agnes folks. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, it's some of it.
Beautiful. No,
Mhm.
it's great. Yeah, the vocals, right? That's the thing. That's your thing.
Yeah. I think the
It's so cool.
harmonies that we wind up putting together are not ones that you would normally. They're just not the first thing that we might. Help me out
I
here.
don't know. I mean, both Adrian and I are compulsive harmonizers.
So
Yeah,
I
right.
mean,
go
we
for
will
the
harmonize
unusual.
with things that
Yeah.
we don't even know.
Yeah,
You know.
sure.
Yeah.
And
So-
we're really obsessive about detail.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All the details, instrumental and
Yeah.
vocal,
Mhm.
and lyric.
Yeah.
And we like to think of two different chords occupying the same space
Yeah, right.
sometimes,
Yeah. Right.
and crossing each other and moving.
Mhm.
It's great.
Mhm.
That's cool.
And we like the feeling that we get when we sing this way,
Yeah.
and when there's a lot of dissonance.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, it's a rare, cool thing. No, there's nothing that sounds like that. You know?
I don't know. About
We
Well-
hope it's rare and cool, and that
Yeah.
that will make it more desirable.
It's not
Yeah.
so rare that no one likes it.
No. Yeah.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
We're ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
One at a time.
Oh.
Wrap up questions. 5 desert island albums, Margot.
Oh,
albums that you would take
boy.
with you to the desert island.
Oh, wow. Well, it's got Joni Mitchell has to be in there.
Sure.
You know.
Sure.
So she's in there, and let me think who else is in there. I don't know, maybe an early Adrian Jones album.
Okay. Right.
before you really totally discovered us.
Yeah, before you sold out. Before it's whatever.
Yeah. Molly Tuttle. I mean, she's
Oh,
really
wow.
she's really made an impression on me.
Cool.
I know who you're going to mention.
You do?
And then I don't know, maybe a little Stevie Wonder
Sure.
in there.
Yeah. How wrong can you
And,
go?
maybe Richard Good playing some piano,
Oh, okay.
classical piano. Yeah.
Hmm.
Some
Cool.
Chopin.
Nice.
You know, Are You Experienced? Gotta have that maybe.
Lefty guitar.
Yeah, well, he was a mentor, obviously, at the time. Some Crosby, Stills, and Nash, definitely. I got to have some of those harmonies. And I think some Bobby McFerrin.
Nice.
His vocal improv stuff
Yeah.
is just amazing. And I'll pass the reins over there.
Oh boy.
I'm going to be the worst at answering this because I don't listen to a lot.
You
I
know what?
listen
Not
to a lot,
everybody
but I
does.
don't.
Ask her
it's
for
like,
3
I don't
books.
know what I'm hearing.
Right. Well,
Well,
that's fine too.
No, but you know what? I'll tell you artists that have influenced me from way back. Don McLean, the first singer-songwriter, guitarist that I paid attention to and realized that this was a really great thing to be able to do.
Yeah.
Simon and Garfunkel, definitely.
Sure.
Lots of British folks, June Tabor, Fairport Convention, Polly Bolton.
Silly Sisters.
Yes, Silly Sisters.
Oh.
Margot Hennebach. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm a big fan of Margot.
Hey, there you go. That's
even
cool.
even before I knew her.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It's
yeah.
I'd
I
have
forgot
to- I'd
Pet
have-
Cemetery too. Got to have a little of that. A little Beach Boys.
Pet Sounds. Pet
Pet
Cemetery.
Sounds.
Whole
Pet
different
Cemetery.
thing.
That's a whole nother thing.
That's a Stephen King album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had that.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew it was a pet of something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
Yeah. And Beatles. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Beatles, but we don't sound like the Beatles.
I guess
so.
I know that stuff so well. I wouldn't need to bring it with me. It's just in
Right.
my head already. So
Right.
you
I
know,
gotcha.
why bother?
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone have any desert island food? I don't know why I think that's interesting, but I ask everybody that.
Cheese.
Sushi.
Well, you know, does it have to stay without refrigeration?
No, I don't know. I don't know. You guys probably don't remember this, but you started something.
I did.
Yeah, I did a session for you guys one time, and Margot made like a tuna sandwich on corn tortillas that you did on the skillet, and I was like, oh, and I'm still doing that. Just to let you know.
Cool.
You know.
You're welcome.
Well, I can go a long way with a really sharp cheddar cheese
Yeah,
and
that's right.
and the right peanut butter.
Right, that's
Oh.
your thing. Remember
Oh.
that?
Together, the
Oh.
two of them are amazing. If you've never had it before,
didn't
it's
really
just
like-
simply
Yeah, it's-
amazing.
ugh.
Really like
I don't
it
even
either.
need to try
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't.
I tried it. You made me
did?
try it.
Did
And
I
was
make
like,
you try it that
Yeah, I was
time?
like, it's
It
a
wasn't
thing, not
bad.
my thing, but I was
Yeah,
like, I
it
get
wasn't
it.
bad,
I
yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
Cool.
so I don't know.
Do you have any food you want to talk about? You don't have to. I just
Chocolate.
sure.
Chocolate with roasted almonds and or hazelnuts.
Oh.
Salmon of any kind, but particularly salmon sushi.
Oh. Okay.
Fish tacos, for
Sure.
that matter.
Yeah, that's all the thing.
Got to have cashews in there somewhere.
And
Cashews.
any
A lot of cashews.
anything that Mark
Sprouted
has
walnuts.
anything that Mark has grilled, because he
Oh,
is the
really?
grill meister.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I get to cook on the long weekends that we rehearse, you know, so I
Nice.
get the grill out.
So we can
still.
get away from
The grill
us.
goes all winter long. It's on the porch and it just
Yeah.
fires up. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Even in the winter.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Last time she was over last weekend.
Yeah.
It was grilled.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
Yeah.
Gotta.
Heavenly.
Yeah, gotta have it.
Yeah.
Any last-ish words? I mean, I'm really glad you guys came.
We're really
Thank
really
you.
pleased
I
to be
appreciate
here.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us.
Why not? I mean,
Or
it,
did
it's
we invite ourselves?
We did invite ourselves. Kind of.
not really. I mean,
I mean, he said you should come and do it sometime, and we
You
said,
did.
yeah.
"All right,
Well,
John, when?"
they're always on the list. There's still a giant list in my head. You guys were on it, but I didn't know how doable it was.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So
And we still don't.
right. Yeah. We still. Yeah.
How did this go over?
Yeah.
No idea whatsoever.
Well.
Is anyone still listening?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know.
You know what? I'll
What?
tell you what. Do you have like a 3-minute song you want to play out on?
Let me see what
Yeah,
I can
think
find.
about it.
What should I?
You know what I mean?
Keep talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Matt Agnes was here.
How about doing an acapella thing?
They were all here. You guys could sing if you wanted to. Although we're having problems with this mic a little bit, but that's okay.
We could do. You have one of yours, Margot, that you want to find? Do.
Play the stride piano one. Which one's that?
Oh, Ghost.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But that's it. We need a Margot tune.
Yeah, we don't. All right, we'll play Beauty.
Okay, don't start it yet.
All right.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
John Peckman Podcast, Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. Glad you guys could be here. Matt Agnes was here.
Yes, we were.
Thank you.
know,
Thank you,
come be
John.
on
Yeah,
the show.
thank you.
We're gonna play this song, and this is how we're gonna go out.
The beauty of this world.
You know what I mean? So
I'm
that is
Margot
all,
Hennebach.
kids. Thanks. This is our ending theme from now on. Matt Agnes. What's the name of the song?
The beauty of this
I'm
world.
sorry. Beauty of This World.
Just back from a walk behind our house, where all the squirrels and chipmunks roust about so free until they see me. I'm in awe of living things who show up with their scrapes and dings and still find friends with whom they can be carefree. I don't come here to disturb the beauty of this world. I only wish to add some of my own. So forgive me if I stare at the beauty everywhere. I wonder how I ever thought I was with friends from time to time. We make up songs that almost rhyme. The singing makes me cry, but also hungry. I always want my fill of wonder. Sometimes rain can howl with thunder. I'm grateful for the chance to set my tongue free. But I don't come here to disturb the beauty of this world. I only wish to add some of my own. So forgive me if I stare at the beauty everywhere. I wonder how I ever thought I was alone. When I think of you, a younger man comes into view. You've shown me every day what love is made of. I can't believe what's happened since. It's taken time, but I'm convinced. Now I don't know what I was afraid of. 'Cause I don't come here to disturb the beauty of this world. I only wish to add some of my own. So forgive me if I stare at the beauty everywhere. I don't know how I ever thought I was alone.
All right. Hey, Matt Agnes, thanks for coming.
Thank you, John.
Thank you
I
for having
appreciate
us.
it.
Yeah.
John Peckman Podcast. I'm going to hit the button. Don't be scared.
Don't
Here
be
comes
scared.
loud rock music.
Okay.
Not like that lovely music we just heard. This is going to be, yeah, I would take those off if I were you. Hey,
Yeah.
John Peckman Podcast, Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance, beautiful downtown Portland. Come over, let's go 1 to the satellite, turn left, pull a Yui, park in the street. Dave's laughing at me already. Matt Agnes was here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Loved
you.
it.
Hannah
We
Bach,
loved it.
Mark
Thanks,
Saunders,
John.
Adrian Jones, they were here. That is all.
If you'd like to start your own podcast, give us a call at Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. Our professionally designed podcast space is here for all your recording needs. Rent out our studio to do interviews with up to 4 people, to record audiobooks, social media content, and all other recorded material. Our rentals include a private studio along with our professional-grade podcasting equipment, and we can customize your output to whatever your needs are. We also have green screen capabilities, which will expand to video capability if you so wish. So check us out here at convalley.net/podcast.